Yeah, I'm at 25% of battery.
That's not enough.
It's a little nerve-wracking to see that those numbers pop down like that. Hey guys, this is a video that only TFL could do because we got two competing trucks that were not easy to get together, but it's GM versus Ford, electric versus electric, because we got the Hummer, Andre, versus the F-150 Lightning versus the Ike Gauntlet today.
Yeah, the world's toughest towing test. We have two identical trailers, camping trailers. We're gonna pull it here from Boulder, right, all the way to the Ike, and do a range test and also the towing test.
Yeah, so the first part is gonna be a real nail biter because how far is it up to the top of the...
It's about 74 miles.
And both of these trucks now are completely charged.
Yes.
My Ford says I've got 282 miles. How much does this say?
357.
And the question is, can we make it 75 miles to the top of the Ike before we run out of juice? So let's hit it.
If you've been watching TFL Truck, you may have seen these trailers before. They're super, super nice, luxurious Game Changer Pro Series by ATC, aluminum construction, toy haulers. Let me show you inside. But I took them to the scales. They're both identical and they both weigh 6,100 pounds. But they're also very tall, very large. And this is a trailer you might be towing to your next vacation. Maybe you have a side-by-side here, maybe some dirt bikes, maybe some motorcycles, etc., your toys. And this is a real-world scenario. Are the current all-electric trucks good enough to tow like this? And of course, this would not be possible without our friends at Complete Trailers. They have stores in Texas, Colorado, and California. Check them out using the link below in the description. And there are deals right now going on.
This video on the Hummer EV was made possible by our friends at Magna International. Magna's engineers and manufacturing actually contributed to the development of an essential part of the Hummer, the battery enclosure. It's critical to the structure and safety of the vehicle and protects high voltage batteries from water and damage. Magna worked with GM's engineers to produce two versions of the recyclable steel battery case, a 393-pound version for the short wheelbase and a 454-pound long wheelbase version. The Hummer EV is the first GM truck vehicle in production using GM's all-new Ultium battery architecture, which Magna worked closely on with GM's engineering teams to optimize for the best performance. Learn more about the role Magna plays in developing and building some of the most advanced automotive and truck technology in the world by clicking on the link to Magna's YouTube channel in the description below.
This one's for you, Hoovy. And Hoovy just did a video basically with the Lightning talking about lack of range. And he said the reason for that was because of the gearing. It's not. The reason for it is quite simple. Energy density in a battery is nowhere near that of energy density in gasoline. So even though this truck has a 130 kilowatt hour battery, it's kind of the equivalent of 4 gallons of gasoline. So imagine towing 300 plus miles with 4 gallons of gasoline. It's not going to work. In a normal internal combustion engine, the gasoline is actually used mainly to heat the engine. Here, all that electric power is used to pull a trailer. Unfortunately, with only about 4 gallons, we're going to struggle to make it all the way to the top of the Eisenhower Tunnel.
That's right, Roman. But of course, you have about 4 gallons worth of energy in your Lightning. I have 6.29, but this is also a very heavy truck. 9,440 pounds versus about 7,000 pounds over there. All right, dude, it's time to go through Boulder and leave Boulder.
So Andre, when I started this, my truck said it had 284 miles of range. Then when I put the trailer in, it said I had 162 miles of range. Then when I drove through Boulder and came here, it says I have 104 miles of range.
Okay, so your truck is still learning. Let me tell you what's happening to me. So I had 355 miles originally. Then I added my trailer. My range estimate did not change because I think the Hummer wants to learn the trailer first. Then I went 7.5 miles and it said I used about 30 miles of range.
We'll see if we can actually make it all the way to the top of the Eisenhower Tunnel. Because once we make it to the top, then we can coast down, because there is an Electrify America fast charger at the bottom. So I'm a little worried that we, can make it all the way to the top. I'm hoping, but we'll see. Now tell me about these trailers. Why do we go with such big trailers?
Well, I think this is exactly what somebody who owns one of these pickups would tow. They're tall and wide for one major reason, is to bring toys, right? They're wide enough to bring a smallish side-by-side or several motorcycles. And also they have bunk beds so you can sleep.
We didn't go small with some little dinky boat. We went big, and we went aero sucking efficiency, because let's face it, aero is what kills efficiency.
Because these trailers are about, what, 12 feet high and 8.5 feet wide, this is no picnic.
All right, so I've got, 585 horsepower and over 700 pound-foot of torque.
That's measly numbers. The Hummer has 3 motors, not 2, and 1,000 horsepower and 1,200 approximately pound-feet of torque, at least according to GM. When we tow, we use tough hitches. These are Gen Y hitches. They're height adjustable, solid steel. They're good for upwards of 15,000 pounds or more, so they're good enough for this job. And here's a little bit of bad news, I would say. As big as and mighty as the GMC Hummer EV is, it's only rated to tow up to about 7,500 pounds. Not a lot. Well, it can do this job, but let me set up the trailer. I call it 6,100. And it is a travel trailer, and it walks me through all this stuff. And also the great thing, the Hummer has air suspension, so it will level itself out. And I have a brake controller right here where I can adjust my trailer gain. I'm gonna set it at 5 and then see how that goes. So in towing mode, cross traffic alert deactivated, one pedal driving deactivated. I just drove here from the office, and I'm already down to 282 miles of range. I started with 284, one pedal driving deactivated. All right, let's add a trailer. We'll call him, how about Gilbert? That's a good name for a trailer. There we go. Okay, 6,000. Wait. Okay, confirm. Gilbert the trailer active. All right. You called it Gilbert?
Yeah, I called it Gilbert. What's wrong? It's a good name. It's a good trailer name, Gilbert.
I called mine ATC 6100.
Well, that's the difference between you and me.
Okay, so we made it from Boulder to Golden, Colorado. This is about 24 miles. I wanted to give you a little update of what's happening. I've used here in the Hummer about 33.8 kilowatt hours in this distance, and I am at 0.7 miles per kilowatt hour, so less than 1, but we've seen this before while towing. So I'm assuming Roman will be somewhere in a similar kilowatt hour to mile ratio. Of course, my battery is quite a lot larger. Not quite twice the capacity, but still very, very large. 212 versus 134.
If you look at this trip, I was showing...
Right before the climb on I-70, I was showing about 0.7 miles per kilowatt hour. 0.7.
0.7 as well.
No way, so it's basically identical efficiency?
Yep, that's right, identical efficiency. And then I've used, right before we got to I-70, 25% of the battery already.
I've used a little bit less than 25%. I don't have an exact percentage, so that's the thing about the GMC Hummer. It gives me a bar, but not a percentage.
Yeah, mine gives me a percentage. I don't know why these manufacturers don't give us more information. It's like they're hiding it for some reason. Like battery percentage seems like a pretty important number to have. All right, so we stopped before the Eisenhower Tunnel. I'm at 30%, 32 miles of range. I'm getting 0.7 miles per kilowatt hour. It's taking us about an hour and a half to get here. We've gone 68 miles. And I know for all you guys and gals out there who would be using that truck right there, that seems silly because of course that Ram Cummins would have a much longer range. But once again, when you think about the fact that we're really only using 4 gallons of gas to tow a 6,000 pound trailer this far, It is impressive at just how efficient these vehicles are.
Here, Roman, take a look. This is my trip, about 70 miles, right? Which is almost the size of your battery.
You know what they say?
What?
It's not the size of... No, actually, it is the size,
of your battery.
It really is.
But look at this. I have about over 40%. You see those 4 bars?
Yeah.
And 0.6 miles per kilowatt hour. What was yours?
0.7. So I'm just a tad more efficient.
So what do you think we should do? Should we come down without charging, come up?
I don't know. I think we make that decision once we go down and see how much power we regen, right?
Okay.
I got to tell you, I am jealous of the Hummer, though. I mean, look at the size of those recovery hooks. Fist in the wind. Yeah, it is a fist in the wind. So, badassness, Andre. You certainly win that battle.
All right, guys. I'm going to do something that I don't think has ever been shown before. I am going to do a crab walk with a trailer. Is that even possible? Is it working?
It is.
Oh yeah, I'm crab walking with a trailer. I don't know, this is really not useful, is it? But it's fun to show your friends.
All right, so you might be thinking to yourself, but it's not apples to apples when it comes to tires, but you'd be wrong, because while the Hummer has giant off-road tires, we actually swapped out the Lightning to some off-road tires. And Andre, I am not going to have you disparage my truck. I mean, this is not a bed, Andre. This is a Playmobil bed. You want to see a real bed? Look at the Lightning. That actually has room to put stuff in, maybe even the camper. What do you put in here? You put a tire in here and like a Matchbox car. That's all you got room for.
Well, maybe I could build like a roof rack, put it over my cab, and put a tent up there. But Roman, can you do this? I don't think so. And Roman, can you do this? I don't think so. Well, actually, you probably could. Let me measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 feet.
Hey, you know where my spare tire is?
Where?
It's underneath the bed where it should be, not in the bed.
This is kind of ridiculous, I agree.
Look, this one's been used.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even a new spare. All right, Andre, we made it into the tunnel, and I'm really curious to see how much power we'll regen going down the Ike. Now, that's an 8-mile stretch of pretty much very steep downhill.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to measure that, and we need to also compare it to you know, other vehicles that will be running in the future, and some of the vehicles we've done already.
Yeah, so how about brake applications? In the past, this has not been a thing with electric vehicles, just because they regen so much that they actually do a really good job of keeping you at or below the speed limit.
So this is what I propose. What we've been doing with electric vehicles like the Model X, like the Rivian, like the Lightning, is we set the cruise control at 50 miles per hour, which is actually currently the construction zone here in the Ike. And we're going to do it for every electric vehicle like that. And then we measure we see how much energy we gain.
We're about to pop out. Now I am at 26% of my battery. I'm curious to see what I'll get when I go down. So you want me to set the cruise at 50?
Yep. And also I'm at 122.5 kilowatt hours used, and I'll see what happens when I finish the downhill.
All right, this truck is holding 50 like a champ.
So is mine, dude. So here on my main gauge cluster, it's showing me about 38 kilowatts of regen energy going back consistently, basically. So if I keep doing that for 8 miles, that's a considerable amount of energy. And here it says I already gained about 1 kilowatt hour according to my central screen. So I love that. I love that about electric vehicles.
Comfortable, Andre. The truck is just holding 50 exactly, and I'm not stressed whatsoever. The other thing that's incredible about these trucks is they're just so quiet.
Yes, if you can give me a minute, I can measure my sound. I was at about 63 decibels, which is not quite the quietest truck ever, but still up there with one of the quietest cabins in any pickup truck. So I showed you that on camera. Hopefully you saw that on the action cam. I was at 122.5 kilowatt hours before the downhill. So I actually regained back about 6 kilowatt hours. Let's go check out Roman's energy. So Roman, did you say 4% you gained?
Yes, I gained 4%, Andre.
So let's do this. So 4% times 1% of battery, which is about 1.34 kilowatt hours. You gained 5.3 approximately.
Kilowatt hours?
Yeah.
Going down the Ike? Yeah, that's really good. How much you gain?
About 6. Ha ha! Well, actually, more weight, more energy, right? Gained.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All right. So, are we going to charge or are we going to go for it? I say we go for it, dude.
Dude, I think with almost a third of the battery,
yeah,
let's go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I got 33 miles of range, but it's all downhill once we get to the top. Well, almost all downhill once we get to the. There's one uphill section.
I think we should go for it.
So, charging Golden?
Yes.
Up the Ike Gauntlet, the world's toughest towing test. Except with electric trucks, it's not all that tough, is it?
Not much. I'm gonna accelerate now. And I'm gone.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't burn that much, that many electrons, but that was nice. So let's talk some numbers, my man. I know you can accelerate quickly. My question is, how much can you tow?
Oh boy, I was afraid you were gonna ask me that because the Hummer is amazing. You saw me accelerate to 60 right there, right?
Sure did, but how much can you do? Ignore the question, how much can you tow?
It's rated up to 7,500 pounds, and my payload is around 1,300 pounds.
The Lightning sneers at your Hummer. It tows 10,000 pounds, Andre, and payload is over 1,600 pounds. Now this is a big boy truck.
But right now, on the way up the world's toughest towing test, it's a 7% grade, 8 miles, and we're going to over 11,000 plus feet above sea level. And we should be able to maintain 60 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's cake for these electric trucks. My biggest worry is how quickly my percentage of battery is dropping. In that time we've been talking, I've already gone down 3%.
I still have about 40% battery remaining, dude, so really, I'm sitting up high.
What if I can go all the way back to our office?
Wow, that would be crazy cool, Andre.
Right now, stability is amazing. No lack of power, like you said. These electric trucks are laughing at the Ike right now. We may have to load them in the future, dude, a lot heavier.
All right, Mr. Show-Off, there goes another percent. I'm down to 24% now. All right, let's see how quiet this truck is. Because electric trucks are very quiet. So I'm going to turn on my sound meter. And there we go. I'm looking at about 55 decibels. That is incredible. Oh, another percent gone. Charger distance critical, it says. Nearest charger is near the edge of your range. Find a charger, running risk of running out of energy right now. That's what my warning. So Andre, some good news and some bad news.
Give me the bad first.
It says charger distance critical. Nearest charger is near the edge of your range. Find a charger or risk running out of energy. I'm down to 22%. But the good news is I was able to get about 55 decimals, which is incredible.
But Roman, a mouse whisper is louder than that.
Okay, it just says driving range low. I got a warning. Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking to see that those numbers pop down like that.
I'm approaching 30% of my battery left, so I'm still super comfy, dude.
Yeah, 16%. You know what this is like, Andre? It's like if you ride a bike on a flat bit of land and then you start going up a steep hill, and then you start putting the little baby in the stroller behind it in the little carry-all and going up a very steep hill. That's what it's like when you're driving an electric truck up a mountain with a big trailer. I'm at 15% now.
I'm down, dude. Where are you at?
Aha, we made it. 14%.
14% battery. Now the question is, how much will I regen going down? Can I make it all the way to Golden? How many miles would you say it's to Golden?
It's about 44 miles of mostly downhill driving, and I've used 26 kilowatt hours to make that uphill, so I used a lot, dude. That's 8 miles.
So I used 16% of my battery, so I don't know what that is. We have to do the math.
And by the way, guys, our time was near perfect. About 8 minutes, 5 seconds. We did have a little bit of construction zones and a little bit of traffic, so we had to slow down. And dude, for 16%, it's about 21 kilowatt hours for you, 21.
Are you happy? Are you happy to roll down to Golden?
Yeah, dude. I mean, you can't stop now, you know? In for a dime, in for a dollar. Let's go all the way to Golden and see if this truck will make it. So, yeah, I was going to make it down. The truck said I was going to make it down, and Andre said I wasn't going to make it down. And look, at 13%, I was actually going down the hill using electricity, which is okay, except that there's a very long uphill, actually 2 very long uphills before the final Floyd Hill downhill. So I don't think I would have made it. And luckily here in Georgetown, we found a charging station, Andre.
So Roman, I'm bummed because I was ready to go to Golden. I'm listening to my music. I'm rolling down the highway, and you're stopping.
Knock it off, Mr. 7,500 pounds of towing. All right. How fast are these?
This is promising, Roman.
This is a fast charger, Andre.
Oh, it says 125. This is good.
That's really good.
67.
That's not grand.
It says, oh, share it, but there's nobody here.
There's nobody here.
So we should get more juice.
You want? How about you? Do you want to top off a little bit?
No.
You're gonna go for it, huh?
I'm gonna go all the way.
All right.
Now we're going for ice cream, so really the biggest problem with EVs is all the snacking that you do while charging.
Yeah, I put on like 10 pounds since we started reviewing EVs case.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
This is a big problem, yeah.
What are we thinking? What is on there like?
How about a blue bunny cone?
I'll take a Snickers. What's wrong with that?
Snickers?
Robert, did you get ice creams?
I did. Here you go, sir.
So we have some friends checking out the Hummer.
Nice. So, you know, I was thinking to myself, we could have probably gone for it. But it's, you know, fun and games until you're parked on the side of the road with semi-trucks coming by.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah, we're not going to endanger our lives.
Where's your ice cream?
Well, I saw the calories. It scared me. Don't look at the calories. Just don't look at them.
So it's not free.
No.
We're paying some money here.
But what's weird is it says it's 125, but we're only at like 70.
Which is about half of what it's saying.
Yeah, but on the app it said it only gives you 60, so maybe they're like...
That's what it is.
It is. I mean, yeah. This is the thing this is where like electric charging, fast charging falls down, right? Because it's like you don't go to the gas station and you may wait 30 seconds or you may wait a minute, but nobody notices.
Right, but here you do notice.
You do notice, yeah. Yeah, so I figure 45% of this battery is probably equal to the amount of kilowatt hours of your battery. Is that about right?
So I have about 30%, which is about 70-ish.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's about the same.
So we should have about the same amount? I'm at 45%.
Are you 45?
Yeah.
Well, you're closer to like 60, 65 kilowatt hours, but I would call it even.
37 minutes. So there we go. It was longer than I thought.
Okay.
Maybe I had 2 ice creams.
Well, I can't have any more, really.
All right, let's hit the road. Let's see if we can get back to Boulder now. I'll be impressed if you can do that with you.
On one charge.
I know, I'll be impressed. All right, well, this was a lifesaver. You know, as we do this, right, we started doing electric cars back in, 2010. But since then, the infrastructure has gotten much better. So this was a real lifesaver. I don't think I would have made it, dude.
All right, dude, well, the biggest test now I'm shaking because I decided not to charge. And I might have to kick myself in you know what if I don't make it. All right, dude, so I'm looking at the navigation system. It says we have 30 miles left to the office, 30.
30.
30 miles left to the office. 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 30 but my Hummer is saying I have about 18 to 19% of battery remaining.
Yeah, I'm at 25% of battery.
That's not enough.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to go charge, Andre. This sucks, man. This is where electric trucks are really starting to become a pain in the butt. Even the Hummer with that huge battery can go farther, but still not far enough.
All right, Roman, so what do I see here? This Electrify America station is being, I guess, upgraded and it's out of service.
That's a kick in the ass. Andre?
Yeah?
I say we try to go to Boulder.
You mean after we drove another 5 miles extra to here?
It's not that much farther. It's maybe 2 miles out of the way. You just go back on and go off, and then we go slow.
Okay.
All right, so mine says I've got 32 miles of range. Boulder's how many?
26.
All right, and you should make 29?
Yeah.
So the EA station is 26?
Yeah.
Let's try.
All right, let's go for it.
Let's go for it, huh?
Right, my friend, about 19 miles remaining to our charger.
Yeah, it's going to be really tight. I've got about
20 miles of range, 20% left, and it says I'm getting basically 1 mile per kilowatt hour. So, you know, that if you do the math, that gets me there just in time. Well, my truck still says 0.7 miles per kilowatt hour, so big surprise, the Hummer is less efficient, but I still have about 15% remaining, so I might be rolling in with a mile left as well. So Roman, the Hummer just gave me a warning. It says approximately 10% left. Charge your vehicle soon. Yeah, so 9%. I was so freaked out, I got rid of that screen because I didn't want to watch it go down. But yeah, 9%. I think I was worried about nothing.
And I'm sitting almost at the same percentage, maybe 9 or 10. Once again, I don't have an exact measurement here from the Hummer, but it's looking good. And I think what helped us in the end is that a slight downhill towards Boulder and also traffic actually helped us.
Yeah, but the bad news is this charger is like in a crowded shopping center, and they put it not where like there's no cars. It's really hard to get to. So I think we got to think about unhooking, dude.
Oh yeah, did you bring your wheel chocks, Roman?
You know what I'm thinking, Andre? How much battery do you have left?
about 10%.
I think we go to the office and unhook these two trailers, and then we go back and charge it up. What do you think?
Well, that would be something. That we started at the office. We could get back there, and by the way, I need to remind you, the Hummer never charged today. I cannot believe this. The Hummer is a humdinger because he just went 169 miles with a big camping trailer on one charge. And I still have a few percent left. It's been such an up and down. So final result, 169.3 miles, 0.8 miles per kilowatt hour. And I want to estimate that at about 8% left. Let me shut down and see what it says. I have 8% left, dude. 8!
You know, the real story here is the Hummer, right?
It's a humdinger.
That's the real story, dude. So I'm mighty impressed by what GM has done, but you know, our truck cost $81,000, the Lightning. How much is this guy?
Oh, just 114.
114 for the Hummer EV.
Yeah.
So is it worth the extra range, the off-road ability, the convertible top? You know, it doesn't matter. They're both unobtainium. So let's be real about that, right? I mean, we're lucky to have the Lightning. We're lucky that GM loaned us this. You know, it's...
But which one would you take home?
Good question.
Yeah.
Easy. I'd take the Hummer because I love going off-road, and the Lightning won't go off-road. Well, I mean, it'll go off-road, but really not like this.
And I would take the Lightning.
Yeah?
Because I like the truckiness of it, the bigger bed, you know, just the usefulness of it.
All right. Which would you take?
between the Lightning and the Hummer, I think I'd take the support truck. I used a quarter tank in that, so I could do that trip another 3 times without having to stop for gas.
All right, so we got to vote for one of each. And behind the camera is Case. So Case, you are the tiebreaker. Which one would you take?
I'd take the Cummins.
All right, Cummins for the win.
Hey Tommy, come over. You won't believe this, but this is the first ever electric vehicle towing test on the iGauntlet, round trip to Boulder. Round trip.
All right, hold on. Now, okay, we got 4 votes. So Andre wants the Lightning. I want the Hummer. Case and Brendan want the Ram. Which of the 3 would you have?
For the round trip?
Which would you take? You know.
Is it for towing or just in general?
No, just in general.
Just in general, for anything.
Anything, yeah.
Oh, Lightning. 100%.
Whoa, 2 for Lightning. Only me who wants the Hummer.
Yep, that's it.
All right, well, there you have it, guys. Which one would you have if you could get one? As always, this is Roman
And Andre.
saying thanks for watching. It's been a long day, dude. I'm tired. See you guys next time. We still have to go charge these up
Oh yeah, I'll hook the trailers.
and unhook the trailers. And it will take longer to charge them up than filling up with gas, won't it? Different. I keep saying it. Not better, not worse. Different, for sure. See you.